All right, so before we get to the Autopilot 1 in the Tesla Model S P100D and Autopilot 2 in the Model X P100D, I want to show you the car, because our kids are always in here, gets kind of dirty with the floor mats. So if you take a look at the floor mats, you know, it doesn't really catch all the dirt, and it kind of gets on the sides and everything right here. Same with the back. It's a really long floor mat and it's hard to get in there, and it just doesn't catch all the dirt. Things get on the sides and so forth. So I got these floor mats from MAXpider 3D floor mats. They've got like a carbon fiber finish. So here's the first one. It's got like a kind of a, it looks like a carbon fiber floor mat, and it's got these edges around here which will make it really easy to clean. So you can pull this out and all the dirt will stay in here. So if I pull that out, the dirt's gonna kind of fall all over. We'll have this material on the back here which allows it to grip to the carpet inside the car, so it actually doesn't slide around at all. The other floor mats have these little pieces where it sticks on to the bottom, where you got to line it up exactly so they don't move around. But this is, because it's so close and designed for the inside of the car, and it's got this material back here, it just doesn't slide around at all when you put it in. So these mats are also UV resistant, so when the car's in the sun they won't fade at all, and you can wash them with soap and water, because this is like a hard kind of, looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. Like a hard material, you can use soap and water to wash them down. I think you can actually power wash them lightly as well. As I pull this out, the dirt fell back inside the car, which makes it just kind of nasty. So I'm gonna have to get a vacuum to get that out later, but right now I'll kind of see, I'm gonna drop these floor mats in now. That drops in really, really easy, and I mean, I'll vacuum this out later, but you can see like the dirt is not gonna get around the sides. It's a much better fit than the stock floor mat. So let's pull this one out here, and as you can see, the dirt's flying everywhere. Here. See, the fit is just, this is a better fit all around here, and the dirt's not going to fall behind the floor mat and get everywhere. So there you go, that's the front. And then for the back, all right, so for the back you got two pieces and some material that kind of sticks them together right there, which goes around all the seats. So I'll go ahead and pull out the old one here. All right, so here's the old one. Put that over there. Here are some more shots of the rear install. You can see how it lines up really nicely with the side here, and just a perfect fit all around in the back seat of this 7-seat Model X. Really, really cool, grippy, nice material, well fitment. And of course, since we have the 7-seater Model X, you can see in the back, you got floor mats for the rear, for the back two passengers as well, in case something happens back here. So these floor mats are also waterproof, which if you've seen some of my past videos with the Tesla Model X will be super helpful. Watch this. 2, 3. How'd you do?
Bad.
What?
Bad.
Bad what? Went in your nose. So you saw it. I get my car wet sometimes. So I'm gonna do a quick water test with these floor mats. I got a cup of water, so if my kids were to spill some water in the car, let's see what happens. All right, so here we go. We got the cup of water and the 3D MAXpider floor mats. Boom, just dump the water in there, and you can see it's just puddling up with these ridges right here. There's nowhere for the water to go or any liquid. And at this point, all we have to do is either wipe it up with a towel or pull the floor mat out. All right, so I got a towel right here. I'm basically just gonna wipe up this mess, sop it up. There we go. Clean as new. If you're interested in the MAXpider 3D floor mats, I'll put a link in the description. And of course they make them for Tesla Model S, Tesla Model X, and so forth, but I think they work really well. All right, so there you go. Now on to the Autopilot 1 in the Tesla Model S P100D versus Autopilot 2 in the Model X 100D. I got a stretch of road that we do autopilot testing on a lot, and from my experience so far, Autopilot 2 has made some great advances. So we're gonna head out right now. We'll head out first in the Model S, do the tests, and then we'll head out in the Model X and do the tests as well. Let's get moving. All All right, so to start off our autopilot testing, Autopilot 1 versus Autopilot 2, I've got a section of road that's by my house, which is a set of curves. So as you saw before with the Autopilot 2, I did some testing with Navigate on Autopilot on a trip from South Florida to Tallahassee, where we did full testing of Navigate on Autopilot, where we took it from highway to highway, lane changes and all that kind of good stuff. But there's been a lot of additional changes for Autopilot 2 with regards to just regular kind of city driving. And Elon kind of tweeted not too long ago that stoplight and traffic lights were coming soon to Autopilot 2. So that means, you know, Tesla's moving a lot more towards using Autopilot on city streets, whereas up till now they've kind of promoted using Autopilot on highways. So in this test, I've got a stretch of road up here which has a lot of curves. I'm in my Tesla Model S P100D with Autopilot 1 hardware, where it always struggles with this. All right, so we're coming up on the set of curves here where I want to do the Autopilot 1 versus Autopilot 2 test. I want to put the Autopilot on at 50 miles an hour, just a couple miles over the speed limit. The speed limit's 45, but it actually drops down to 35 miles an hour coming around these corners. So here we are in the Autopilot 1 car. Let's see how it does. I'm going to keep my hand pretty close just in case, of course. But I'm actually providing no input right now to the car. It's driving on its own. So Tesla still says indicated 45 mile an hour speed. So it doesn't know that the speed changed. So it took that corner at 50 even though the speed limit's 35. And here we come on the set of curves here. It wants me to take over right away. So there you go. Didn't handle this corner very well at all. All right, I'm gonna turn it. See if I can turn it back on. No, not yet. Now it says auto steer temporarily unavailable. So I've always had trouble with this set of corners here with the Autopilot 1. But when I use Autopilot 2 in the Model X 100D, it can handle it no problem, and that's what I'm going to show you next. So now it lets me turn it back on. I'm at 50. There's another corner right here. Let's see what it does. This one, it's a little jerky, but it handled that corner okay. Now I'm entering a roundabout, and there's just no way it would have handled that. I don't know when roundabout support is coming from Autopilot, but right there it would have bailed. It would have tried to take that corner way too fast, and there were cars coming as well, so definitely not up for that kind of traffic aware situation. So I'm gonna do the same test coming the other way. We'll do the same exact thing. We'll set the cruise at 50, or the Autopilot at 50. And see how Autopilot 1 does come in the other direction. Alright, so we're coming around this corner. It's pulling it pretty hard. It's a little kind of wavy left and right. Actually not bad, did that okay. But there was a car in front of me that time, and I think it was actually slowing down for the car in front of me. Whereas on the bend last time, it asked me to take over immediately because the Autopilot wasn't comfortable handling that kind of corner. But let's see what it does up here. Did okay there. Alright, so there's your demo of Autopilot 1 taking those corners. We're going to go ahead and hop in the Model X 100D that has the Autopilot 2 hardware and do the same thing. And we'll see, based on my experience so far, it doesn't ask you to, around that corner, wouldn't ask you to take over. It's able to complete it, but let's give it a test and see what happens. Alright, so now I'm in the Model X 100D that has the Autopilot 2 hardware. Of course, the first thing you probably notice is a much better view out of this car. It's pretty amazing. I'm looking on the app that monitors what the camera's seeing right now, and of course you can see this expansive, really, really cool view out of the Model X, which is just really awesome with the windshield that goes all the way back here, so it's a pretty cool car. So 50 miles an hour, keep my hands close, coming up with the first sweeping right turn that the Autopilot 1 car had trouble with. Or actually, I think the Autopilot 1 was fine with this, because it's not that bad. Yeah, but the second one was where the Model S had trouble. So here we go, coming in at 50, makes the left here fine, and slows down, yep, fine. I put my hand close but didn't touch anything really. 38, slowed down to 37 miles an hour, and took it no problem at all. So that was the point where the Model S with the Autopilot 1 had to have me take over with the car. So Autopilot 2 handled that no problem. So here we come up on the second turn to the right here. Let's see what it does. Slowing down ahead of the turn, no problem. And takes the corner, and there we go. It's good. Alright, so there you go. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep updated of upcoming videos we got coming, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be notified of our upcoming videos. If you're curious as to what equipment we're using today to record this video, it's a GoPro Hero 6 Black with a RAM mount, an LED light because we got a little backlighting here with the sunset, and an external microphone. I always find the external microphones really, really essential with GoPros, because the internal microphones are just terrible and the fidelity is terrible. So I'll put a picture up here of the rig if you're interested in what gear is used to record some cool video, in-car videos at least. So there you go. Thanks for watching. And again, hit that subscribe button for more, and we'll keep the videos coming. Thanks a lot.